Isn't it funny how they always try to replace you? Replace what an ugly, hollow word. They act like they can just slip someone into your shoes, as if they could ever walk in them the same way. People think you're just a piece in some machine, something that can be swapped out like you don't have scars, like you haven't carried a weight that would snap others in half. But you know better. You've seen it, you felt it every time they tried to make you step aside, like your worth was no more than the air you breathed, like you were disposable. They don't get it, the difference between being replaceable and being unforgettable. They'll search for replacements, desperate to find anyone who could do what you did. They'll dress someone new up in your place, put on a nice smile, act like everything's fine. But deep down, they'll realize none of them can ever compare to you. And that's where it starts to eat at them, gnawing away like a slow burn. They'll keep trying, parading their new stand-ins like shiny toys. But the truth, it stings, doesn't it? You weren't perfect, not by a long shot, but that's what makes this so much sweeter. They thought your flaws made you weaker, made you less. What they never understood was that your imperfections are exactly what set you apart. They're too busy chasing the next clean, polished version of you, but none of them will ever come close. You ever notice how quiet it gets when you're not around? They won't admit it. Pride is a powerful thing, but behind the facade, they miss you. Not because they liked you, no, but because they needed you. There's always been a difference. You brought something to their lives that no one else could. You made them feel like they mattered, even if just for a fleeting moment. But the second you walked away, the second you disappeared into the shadows, everything changed. It got cold. It got quiet. But here's the twist, they'll never tell you they're drowning without you. They'll never admit that they need you more than they ever realized. They'll keep running, scrambling like rats in a maze, chasing a shadow they can never catch. They'll dig through 1,000 people, but they won't find you. And that right there, that's your power. It's the truth they're terrified to face. They think they can live without you, think they can move on, but the mind, oh, it never forgets. Every time they try to replace you, every time they try to move on, something will whisper to them in the quiet moments, remember them, don't you? Yeah, they'll remember, because none of them can ever be you. None of them can carry the weight you carried or survive what you survived. You're the ghost they'll never shake, the memory that haunts them. They'll always be reaching for you, but they'll never touch you again. That's where your worth lies, not in their approval, but in the fact that you can never be replaced. Even when they think they can, even when they try, they'll find out sooner or later. When all those replacements break down under the pressure, when they crumble trying to carry what you carried like it was nothing, they'll realize. But by then it'll be too late. You'll be long gone, and they'll be left chasing shadows. They'll spend the rest of their lives searching for someone who can do what you did, someone who can stand where you stood. But they'll never find them, because there's only one you. And here's the kicker, they won't stop. They'll keep chasing, keep searching, like they're on some twisted treasure hunt, trying to fill the void you left behind. They thought they could replace you, like you were just another cog in the machine. But they were wrong. And now they're watching it all fall apart, slowly, piece by piece. Without you, nothing works. You were the glue, the one who held it all together, even when it was tearing you apart from the inside. But they'll never understand that. They think they're better off without you, but that's the joke. And it's a joke that plays on repeat, day after day, while they scramble to find a substitute that doesn't exist. Let them chase. Let them chase. Let them run in circles chasing ghosts, trying to replace what can't be replaced. You've already won. You won the moment you decided to walk away, the moment you stopped playing their twisted game. I know it hurts, though. It hurts like hell when you gave them everything, and they acted like it wasn't enough. Like you weren't enough. But the truth is, you were too much for them. Too strong. Too strong. Too you. That's why they tried to bury you. Why they pretended like they didn't need you. It was easier to fake it than to face the truth that they were nothing without you. And now they sit in the emptiness of their own arrogance, wondering why no matter who they put in your place, it never feels the same. It won't. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. They'll act like everything's fine, but deep down they're crumbling. They'll keep chasing replacements, hunting for that magical someone who can do what you did. But here's the secret no one can. You're irreplaceable, and that's the truth they'll carry with them forever. So don't worry about them. Don't worry about what they think or what they think. They're the ones stuck chasing ghosts, while you're free. Free from their expectations, their lies, their endless search for something they'll never find. They'll keep looking, but they'll never replace you. Let them learn that lesson the hard way. You're irreplaceable, and that's the punchline they'll never escape. And here's the beauty of it all. While they're stuck chasing ghosts, you're building something new, something they'll never be a part of, something beyond their reach. You're creating a life that doesn't need their approval, their validation, or their shallow praise. You've let go of the chains they tried to wrap around you, those chains that kept you small, kept you doubting, kept you thinking you weren't enough. But now you're free. Free to rise higher, free to embrace your own worth. They thought they could break you, thought they could reduce you to nothing. But you've done the one thing they feared most. You've grown. You've evolved. And now, you're unstoppable. While they scramble to hold it together, you're soaring. Every step you take away from them is a step into a future they'll never touch. They wanted to make you feel less, but all they did was prove how much they needed you. Now, while they fight to keep their heads above water, you've already built your own island, a place where their noise can't reach, where their pettiness can't touch you. Because here's the truth, their world was always built on you. You were the foundation, the backbone, the steady hand that kept them afloat. They might never admit it, but deep down they know. Without you, it all crumbles. Without your strength, your fire, your relentless will, their world loses its spark. And the irony? They're the ones who let you go. They're the ones who pushed you aside, thinking they could replace you. But now they're living in the ruins of their own arrogance.